Good afternoon, everyone. 130-year snowstorm blankets the southeast U.S. There's more snow in New Orleans than there is in New York City, and nobody wants to talk about it. So let's talk about it. And bringing you back to 1899, the Great Blizzard, southeast U.S. See that picture on the right? That's a snowball fight. Court steps in Florida. It's not the first time it's happened. Although they would want you to think it is because of this. Gwangyang in South Korea, the world's largest steel manufacturer. It's not steel pipes, it's a cycle. And since some totals are coming in, here were the blizzard warnings. You can see the 60-mile-an-hour winds, gusting, drifting snow, Miramar Beach, Florida. The epic 130-year big snowstorm images coming out of New Orleans, the thickness of the flakes, the iconic Bourbon Street, and deep snows on tropical vegetation. Florida with award-winning snow on orange pictures. Highways blanketed. Pensacola Beach, yeah, that looks normal to me too. Gulf Shores, Alabama, got some of the deepest snow. Blizzard as well. 60-mile-an-hour winds, drifting snow. Beachfront property. Winding you back a day, Galveston, Texas. Rare snowfall covering beach, says it all for you there. Galveston as well. Beach holidays ruined. I don't think you're using those lounge chairs around the pool today or yesterday. Mississippi catching in on the action as well. Beaches covered in snow. So what were some of the totals that were actually now accrued? Now this storm is moving east, so South Carolina, they're starting to get 3 to 4 inches, and we'll get more snow totals. But up to today, as we see, Houston, 3 inches, brand new record. Lafayette, Louisiana, also New Orleans, new records, at least 10.5 inches, 9.5 in New Orleans, Mobile, Alabama, Milton, Florida. Pensacola also breaking a record. Blakely, Georgia, 7 inches, unheard of. Well, except for the Great Blizzard of 1899. We got some satellite images for you here. What the Great White Rain looks like, according to the Seminole Indians from the 1640s to 1647. That's what they called heavy snow all the way down to the Everglades. The proper term they actually had and used in their vernacular, Great White Rain. And it fits, because it had only happened to them once in 400 years. Special event. Here we see from the plane looking down over Louisiana coastline. And some of these images were very stark and hard to believe that this is Florida roads here. Snowplows didn't have any difficulty because there were 0 cars out there, no traffic. People, common sense, I'm not driving in that. I'm from Florida. Hurricane, get out of the way. Snowstorm, short circuit, don't know what to do. And Gulf Islands National Seashore, you could say white sand beach, or you could say drifting snow-covered white sand beach. And when I said New Orleans and areas in the southeast U.S. now have more snow than New York City, Sioux Falls, South Dakota, Des Moines, Iowa, Anchorage, Alaska, what? Albuquerque, New Mexico. You might ask yourself, what happened to our civilization right around the turn of last century, the centennial minimum, and how did that affect our world? Because something has definitely flipped on its head here. A cutting-edge 2024 study shows collagen can have drastically positive effects on skin health. This study found that women who take a daily collagen drink see a noticeable reduction in wrinkles and firmer, more hydrated skin. But it's important not to use just any random collagen. Make sure you use a collagen that's backed by real science. Unlike poorly sourced collagen you'll typically find on store shelves, I use the top 5 critically important types of collagen for skin health. The unique formulation in its design to reduce visible signs of aging, reduce wrinkles, promote elasticity, and promote skin hydration. Simply mix this with your morning coffee, protein shake, or smoothie to give your skin the support it needs each day. Do your skin a favor and grab some while it's 51% off during their holiday promotion only at healthwithadapt2030.com. Plus, order today to receive a free book titled The 14 Foods for Amazing Skin, a 60-day satisfaction guarantee, and free shipping with your order. Once again, that's healthwithadapt2030.com. Click on that link in the description box below. Season versus event. I don't have a bell to go ding, 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 but New Orleans, 10.2 inches, and we go far. Washington only had 10 inches, and if we all go to Chicago, Pensacola got more snow than Chicago. And those were some of the snow totals and some of the madness that had occurred. I'll come back with a few more images for you here. What about the record cold? At the same time that the record snows had blanketed the southeast U.S., record cold swept down to Louisiana also, and Arctic bone-chilling cold all the way from Ontario to Manitoba through the Midwest. This was the ground temperature Fahrenheit for parts of Canada and the United States down into Mexico. Anywhere it's blue is freezing or below, and that is a majority of the entire lower 48 plus Canada into the deep freeze, 30 below zero type of conditions. New temperature records smashed, tying, or breaking all-time lowest ever. How is that sandwiched around the southeast U.S. there? And then look at all of them right in Louisiana, clustered. So I pulled the map here for you. I see single digits. And I'm surprised a lot more water didn't freeze. You know, it had 2.5, almost 3 days of single-digit temperatures to be able to coagulate into what the Seminole Indians talked about. The Everglades had frozen over with a glaze of ice several years in a row, all the way in southern Florida. So if we're seeing single digits like this, 6 degrees Fahrenheit, 8 degrees Fahrenheit, down through southern Louisiana onto the coast, that had to be much colder if they were seeing glazes of ice over and down further into the Everglades. That would be 0 or sub-zero temperatures. But leave it to the Cajuns. We got a snow crawdad. Yeah, also boring up north doing snowman. But moving to Gulf of America, snow covered. And this chart here, snowfall in inches, shows you predominantly where the next bout of snow accumulations through southern Georgia, southern South Carolina. Well, North Carolina in winter does get snow. Coastal not though, very rare. So if we look at the future snow potentials, and this brings us through the rest of today, Thursday into Friday, 4 to 6 inches. Do I see Myrtle Beach? Do I see Charleston, Hilton Head? Oh, those are some holiday destinations. But if you were driving through Pensacola, highway conditions, not even very good for walking. You know, you can see a few tracks through there. I'm wondering who's brave enough with their Jeeps to go on out in something like this, but snow-covered beaches, all the rage. These cams from high views looking down onto the beaches. And zooming into the barbecue pit here, Gulf Shores, Alabama. Tropical vegetation, I love it. Dusted in white. We're looking at least 10 inches here, Gulf Shores. And as was forecast, Myrtle Beach, near blizzard conditions. They only reach 40 mile per hour winds, but the snow is accumulating. Right, how deep is that, do you think? You can see the footprints definitely approaching 3-4 inches right in there. Boardwalk, sunny afternoon. It is, but, you know, covered in snow. Again, these Myrtle Beach realty companies, North Myrtle, enticing you to come and live there because escape the winter. And this is what we're getting. Snow-covered dunes, snow-covered beaches, Garden City. Moving over to Charleston. New records will be set there, absolutely. Still waiting for them to come in. But if we do take a total of what's been tallied so far of the old snowfall records and the new, the difference in depths is something astounding here. So if we go to New Orleans, 2.7 inches was the old record that stood for 100 years, and then 8 inches. That is a significant, gigantic breaking of the record. Mobile, Alabama, 6 inches before, 7.5. Okay, that's a nice 10+% for Pensacola, Florida, 3 times the old record. And New Orleans almost 3 times the old record as well. But record rainfalls across the planet are translating into record snowfalls. We saw this. Was it the Hunkatonga eruption? Is it more cosmic rays? What's creating all this extra water vapor in the atmosphere that's raining out in terms of record precipitation? Now, Florida itself, greatest snowfall totals ever, with an AH. Previously 4 inches, new record, more than doubles that. So we're getting these very significant changes here. And of course, NOAA with its 30-day forecast, above average temperatures, below average precipitation, right in that same area. Copy paste right onto the map. Let's take a look at it. And that snow falls where it's supposed to be, hot and dry. And this graphic of all graphics, Local 10 News, 9.8 inches of snow in Milton. Much warmer than average temperatures in southern Florida. They just can't let it rest. Can't just talk about the snow, can ya? Well, speaking of cold temperatures, bringing you up to Manitoba where the cows are freezing, huddling, buried in drifts and blizzards as well. We got the power outages going on in Hearst, Ontario. Not so many people, just the whole town. But the number one thing to pull away from this, I put it in blue. Do not use propane appliances or generators indoors. Please be safe during these times. And you can see this is one for the record books, but not a lot of people want to talk about it. Even our national news coverage only hit the airport closures. They didn't go into the record snow totals. They just said a lot of roads are closed, a lot of airports are closed. Then they focused on the fires in California and the what would be regular cold, snowy spots in the Midwest. It's strange how such a large, all-encompassing 130-year event at the minimum got very little coverage across the national media. They were focused on other things to draw your attention away from it. That's the purpose of the video. I wanted to show you some of these pictures and these totals. These sentences, these words don't normally go together. More snow in Louisiana than New York City. That is something in itself that would be a quote through the ages. Yet we sit here and you'll never hear about this storm again today. It will be buried under the rug because it just doesn't fit what is supposed to be the driver to make these things happen. So join us on Telegram's Civilization Cycle where we can talk more freely about the reasons we think all of this is happening. T.me/Civilization Cycle. And also 4-week emergency food supply, My Patriot Supply. Because the first thing to go in an emergency is always food. Keep your families prepared and safe. I appreciate you watching. Hope you got something out of the video. See you next time. Bye for now.